You've seen the pictures that simply break your heart. Iconic images of war.
But what happens to the children after the cameras have gone? Tonight, Sarah Buttison joins us with a News 5 exclusive, The Girl in the Picture.
It's an incredible story, a story that spans 2 decades, 2 continents, and 2 families. Tonight, the girl in the picture, in her own words.
My question to you is, why do they have to go away? What is so horrible about scars that they can't just remain there?
Teeba Marlowe's story draws like a sketch. Rough.
When people ask me how I've been so strong and so brave throughout
Unfinished.
my years and this journey, I wish I could say it was easy.
Broken in places.
But in no way was it easy.
2003, Diyala province in eastern Iraq. A country at war. Teeba was on a trip to buy a bike with her father and brother, and the taxi they were in struck a roadside bomb.
I only remember that when the explosion began, it was like every second was just so long.
In those moments, life changed forever.
I don't remember the pain of the fire on my skin. I don't remember even crying.
Dust filled her tiny lungs.
But I remember what it felt like around me, and I remember the dust began to suffocate me.
Somehow, Teeba survived. Her brother did not.
There are days where I'll see some little boy who reminds me of 3-year-old innocent Yusuf, and I often wonder who he would be now.
A doctor told her mother it would be best if Teeba died too.
Sometimes I get angry at those doctors or the elders in the village who truly believed I had no reason to live.
No reason? Because scars now covered her face.
I felt like my scars hated me.
Her skin so severely damaged.
I was constantly in pain, doing
Every movement hurt.
the most simple things like smiling or crying or laughing, and it was like nothing I did would please my scars.
Desperate for help, Teeba's father agreed to meet an American journalist.
It kind of seems like that little girl in the picture wasn't me.
When I saw that picture, it stopped me dead in my tracks.
The photo
And I was mesmerized by her eyes.
stared at her from the Sunday edition of The Plain Dealer.
From that point forward, I knew that I was on a mission, that I had something to do.
On July 16, 2006, Barbara Marlowe vowed to help the girl in the picture.
And I feel very strongly that God spoke to my heart that day.
From her home in Menor, Ohio, she plowed through piles of red tape, made more complex by war, to bring Teeba to the United States.
It was like she had to get through the eye of the needle to get here.
Exactly 1 year later, Teeba walked off a plane.
And there's this tiny little girl, and she looked exhausted and tired and confused, and the minute I looked at her face, I instantly fell in love with her.
The feeling mutual. Teeba soon asked her mother in Iraq if she could call Barbara Mom too.
And she wanted me, and I'm so grateful for that.
No one realized their journey had just begun.
Getting her here, as it turned out, was the easiest part.
Doctors recommended Teeba undergo tissue expansions. Smoothing her scars would take years.
We had no idea what we were going to do, how we were going to do it, but we knew we were going to do it.
The tedious process slowly stretched her healthy skin.
And it continues to grow and grow and grow to ultimately it looks like a big tumor.
The new skin replaced what was burned.
And they just pulled that up until eventually her whole face was new skin.
But when surgery started, so did something no one expected.
I remembered being back in the explosion, and everything was just so hot around me.
Treatment triggered.
I felt like I was still on fire.
Teeba's memories.
I didn't know how how to stop burning.
She'd be wild. She'd be crying, she'd be screaming, she'd be tearing off her clothes.
Each time, Barbara held Teeba for hours afterwards.
There were times during these surgeries where I fell to my knees and I said, what are we doing? Why are we doing this?
Until one day, she saw Teeba looking into a mirror.
She actually could see new skin.
Smiling at her own face.
That gave us a lot of hope and encouragement for her.
Oh, that's pretty.
Encouragement she would need.
Everywhere I went, it was like I was this monster.
She can't even remember how many times she's been called ugly.
Sometimes I almost wish I stayed in the house for those few years instead of going out.
The most hurtful comments involve her hair.
A lot of people, especially a lot of boys, will make fun of me for that.
Teeba wears a wig because her hair cannot grow.
And I just want to grab them and scream because it's like, I don't like the situation either, dude. I wish I could grow my own hair, but I can't.
But after 19 surgeries, not only the scars you see have healed.
I've learned that beauty is not something that lays on someone's face.
A once terrified girl, now a confident young woman.
And I don't hate my scars anymore, and I don't feel that they hate me either.
Her story, now a more complete picture.
I'm proud of my face.
Smoother.
I'm proud of my skin for being able to endure all those surgeries.
Refined. And more at peace.
I think for a girl with scars running up and down her face, I'm pretty.
She's beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful inside and out. What a story.
Man, oh man.
I didn't hear a lot of it in the story, but the art, how has that helped her with drawing the faces? Did she talk about that, how drawing helps a lot?
She did.
Yeah.
She said she started sketching when she was just a little girl in Iraq, and that's something that stayed with her throughout her life and helped her on her journey.
Wow, incredible journey, very inspiring. So we want to know what's next.
This is really exciting. Teeba's now going to share her story with the world. The book she wrote with both of her moms, her Iraqi mom and her American mom, is called A Brave Face. Appropriate title. It's now available on Amazon. In the meantime, you can see more of Teeba's story on our News 5 app.
Teeba, you're amazing. Powerful, powerful story. It's going to change a lot of people.
I sure hope so.
Oh, yeah,
It's a heck of a
it will.
story, so
Yes.
holy
I agree.
Great.
Thank you.